Previously on Survivor Branford. Following John's dramatic exit, Kate and Tim felt short on both answers and on time. Fortunes quickly turned as Tim found the long-hidden immunity idol, and turned again as Cameron observed the celebration he was unable to contain upon doing so. With the idol in hand, Tim and Kate knew that they had two cracks to both be immune at the next tribal council, but could only watch as Andy won his second straight challenge. Down to a few options, Kate tried to rally the rest of the tribe to vote for Tim so that after he used his idol, he would cast the only valid vote of the 5. Though the idol was effective in canceling 2 votes for Tim, it wasn't enough, and Kate fell victim to a split vote and the on-paper final 3 stayed in place, with only one more obstacle to clear. 4 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Kate was a slippery one. She was coming for me, and I just couldn't stay with that. It's a little anti-feminist, but I had to stick with the boys. I genuinely didn't think I would get to this point, so I'm just happy to be here. Thank you, Survivor gods. You've saved me a few times. Can you save me again? Please save me again.
I was being nosy. Thank God for me being nosy. It's not in my nature, but I said, let's nose it up.
I told Kate the vote's on me, and I tried. I was trying to save her.
She did try, but then you said I'm working with her, and I was like, why did she lie to me again?
Because you knew I couldn't play it on her, because I couldn't take the risk. Yeah. Kate was telling me, vote for Dylan. And Kate told me, everyone's voting for you, including me. And so you will be the sole vote that votes for Dylan. And I didn't feel good about voting for Dylan.
You voted for
So I voted
Oh,
for
so
you were the booth. Did he vote for Cameron? I did.
Kate got all the votes and then went home. The wrench in the plan was that Andy saw my vote, saw that I voted for Cameron, and altered his vote in order to save her.
That definitely messed me up. I tried to be like, oh, like I just can't vote for him on my way out.
I saw your idol, and I knew you were going to play it for yourself.
That one did feel good and more stable. I always trusted Andy all the way through. I knew he was going to protect me, but I didn't know about Dylan, but Dylan proved his loyalty. The social game has gotten me this far, and it's all I can ride on, so let's keep it kicking.
No, yeah.
You knew that I knew made me think you were going to play it for Kate, because you're like, Cammy saw that I found it. She might vote for Kate instead of me.
It was too many double bluffs and triple bluffs.
Yeah.
I was not feeling so hot about that one, and yet the comeback kid slides by once again. I feel pretty good. The only wrinkle will be, I don't even want to speak it into existence, the only wrinkle will be if Tim wins immunity. We've got a 75% chance that we beat Tim in the challenge. It'd be an easy one to get him out.
You kind of heard my explanation for things, but Kate wanted you, and I thought all the votes were going on me, and even including Kate's. I'm like, Kate, you just gave me all the power in the world. I'm not gonna vote. I'm not voting for Dylan. I need to win this immunity more than ever. I have to win. Yeah, I'm screwed. I gotta win. I think you're gonna cook if I'm tribal council if you're there. I really do.
Dude, we'll see.
I
I feel the same about you. Oh, it'd be so funny if he and I went to the end together. He won the final challenge, and we got like the last laugh on the other team by ending up with the majority. That'd be kind of satisfying.
Just straight up, it's between you and Dylan. Both are worthy finalists, worthy winners.
If I have to vote for Dylan to save myself, then I will. I don't know what's best. I just want to make it to the end. I just want the chance. Yeah. And if I lose to you, I lose to you.
We're heading into a final challenge. I'm feeling pretty good about my spot. I might make it to the end of this game, and honestly, what happens at Final Tribal is always a crapshoot, especially with a group I think as strong and as well liked as the group we're going to the end with. No matter what, I'm excited that this season will have someone who is worthy of winning, at least in my eyes. I also believe you played a great game, and that is like, I think that's the beauty of where we are with these 4, is that I think everyone's played a great game.
Right.
I'm a llama farmer, but I also have 2 beautiful daughters and a beautiful wife at home, who I love so much. I am just so lucky to have people who support me. I hope that they can one day look back on my trials and tribulations in Survivor Branford with fondness.
It may be in your best interest to vote out Cameron if you are the only member of your tribe, because remember, we're equal right now.
That's true.
So if you are the last member of your tribe, I think that gives you extra points. And
Always actually made me feel.
Oh yeah.
Everyone
and
else
now-
I never knew, but you I always knew.
Yep. I'm with you the whole way.
Cam B. My story is someone who found herself throughout the game. I genuinely came into this with a blank slate. I love to watch Survivor, but I never actually thought of myself as someone who could play. To be honest with you, I've never been much of a preparer. I've been someone who likes to work on the fly, and that's what I did here. I came in with no plan, just hoping to not be the first vote, and I made it all the way in to the final girl. So I think my story is one of adaptability. I've always viewed myself as a bit of a people pleaser and someone that struggles to have sort of an aggressive cutthroat vibe. You know, I've always been someone that wants to get along with everyone and wants everyone, you know, to like me in a sense. So having to let go of that and know that I might make enemies has pushed me to be braver in a sense.
Survivors ready? Go! The final four is off, each needing to collect one block at a time and return them to the start. Andy's long strides propelling him into an early lead. Each of the blocks have a letter on them. The castaways will need to arrange them in the correct order, but that's a problem for later. For now, they'll have to not expend all of their energy running the sand and jumping the ledge 8 times before moving on to the challenge's second phase. The winner of this challenge will have to worry no more. They'll be taking one of the 3 seats in front of the jury. Tim with a fall. He knocks a few of his blocks onto the sand. And Andy has his final block. He's going to set out to retrieve his frame. The rest still tightly bunched, 1 block behind. Andy starting on his knots, while the rest will be joining him shortly. Andy's on his way back, maintaining his lead. Now he's going to need to unscramble the blocks to form a single word. He's wasting no time. Was Andy multitasking and unscrambling the blocks while moving them? Having to now thread each block onto the frame. Cameron has her frame and is on her way back to the beach. Dylan's going to move on. Andy preparing to add his second block onto the frame. Cameron's taking a minute to unscramble. Hopefully she notes the block sitting on the sand. Tim's on his way back. Everyone's soon to be working on the final phase of the challenge. A tricky exercise in that 4 blocks will go on each side of the frame, meaning that half of the word will be put on backwards. Andy sweeping his 3rd block on. Tim loses his block. He's going to have to start over. The castaways taking care to tilt their frames so no blocks slide off. Andy loses a block. He's going to have to bring it to the start and try again. It's refreshing to see Dylan being competitive in an immunity challenge. Andy maintaining a lead, but it's shrunk. As the castaways near the halfway point, things will get interesting. They'll need to keep their frames much more level now with blocks on both sides. Cameron loses 2 blocks as she transfers the frame to her other hand. She'll have to run at least 2 more laps now. Dylan with his 5th block and taking care to keep them all away from the edge of the frame. Andy has his 6th block, moving at a slower pace. Another dropped block by Cameron. Block number 7 for Andy. He's keeping the competition at bay. Andy now walking. A mistake at this point would be crushing. Andy only needs to return and sit down.
Take it home!
Is the first spot in the final 3 about to be taken? Let's see what Andy's got.
Andy wins individual immunity into the final 3.
All right, Andy, come on over. For the 3rd straight time now, individual immunity is yours.
Andy.
You have secured your spot in the final 3 of this game. You can no longer be voted out. You will be assured to face the jury. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for one of you. One of you will become the 11th and the final player voted out of Survivor Branford.
I think I might be going to the final 3, which is kind of nuts. Frankly, I think that I stand a decent chance against any of them. Thrilled that Andy won the challenge. If Tim won, I'm certain it would have been me.
I think this is the end of the road, you know, for us. Luckily, I made it pretty clear that I switched my vote to Cameron, intending to save Dylan. I hope I can convince Dylan this one is my best shot. Dylan's probably gonna vote me out, and I don't blame him, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna make the hard pitch and be like, please, give yourself one last move and send me to fire.
Do you want me to put you to fire making if they...
That's all I can ask for. That means so much to me.
Yeah.
Good luck. It's all good. It's all good.
That was his pitch.
Would you do fire? I could have voted you last time when I thought that all the votes were on you. You would have been idled out, and I didn't do that. And I was like, man, I got you. Don't worry about it, man. Like, you know, it's been you and me since the start. Like, we had some bumps along the way, but I got you. Like, I'll vote Cameron, and you two will go to fire. Like, that's. No, of course not. Of course that's not what I'm doing.
Keep it easy. Make it 10. I think we just won it.
Yeah, I think this is good.
They better not freaking try to put me in fire. I think I need to. I gotta prevent that. I've never made fire in my life, and I don't plan to. I plan to social game this as I always do, as I have been doing. I trust Dylan. I do. I do feel secure with the 3. If we had even a shadow of doubt on Dylan, maybe I could convince Andy to step up for me regardless, just to keep me safe.
Hold on.
Superstar.
I wasn't
all
trying
we
to
need.
That was it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. No, those.
Not anymore. It was like 20 years ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You freaking killed that.
And
Andy.
3 in a row, tic-tac-toe. See you at the final show. Yeah, I'm feeling good about getting there. And I'm feeling that I can make a respectable case. There is a case to be made for either him as a returner. That's a cool story arc. There's a case for Dylan. I think that there's danger there too. They both have good cases. Cam is kind of locked in on going for Tim. How do you feel about fire?
I have never made a fire.
Okay.
Do you think that Dylan would really want to do that? I don't feel great about it, so I want to loop one of them in, ideally.
I feel pretty comfortable with fire,
Would you want to do that?
because if I gave it to you, they could vote me.
If you would do something as big as giving me your immunity, I would not vote you. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
I think you could beat either of them. But then if you ideally just want to loop one in and avoid that altogether, I think Dylan would trust us if we,
Okay.
just on the off chance they try to do fire making, to have them give me immunity, because I think they'd be less desirable for them to do fire making if they think they're going against Andy as opposed to me. It may convince Dylan to just stay loyal. No funny business. Andy might be willing to give it to me if he thinks you guys are gonna go fire.
Oh, like Andy might give you the immunity
If
necklace.
he thinks you guys are gonna go fire.
Oh, snap.
So I don't think it's in your best interest to go fire. He's been good at challenges.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he'd be good at fire. You don't want to take that risk. I don't either.
I feel good in any combination of this final four. I feel really good going to the final three.
Yeah.
I feel really good about my chances. Cameron is still kind of an enigma to me. She's a very savvy player, but I don't know what the perception is. So it's a question of, am I going up against a pair in Andy and Cameron in the final three, or is it me, Andy, Tim? Oh my God, am I gonna make this an all-male final three? Cameron told me that he might give her the hat.
She's worried about going fire, and I feel very confident in fire. So if I didn't trust you in this moment, then
Yeah.
that would be an option for me.
And he's continued to sound, he's like, don't you think, don't you think, don't you think? Yeah. So,
Okay, we're good. It's a bold moment in the game of whether I do, it's one of those like, I feel like it would be fun if I really felt that it was going to be Cameron. I think I would be willing to do it.
if it reached that point, surely you guys would vote me, and then I'm going to fire. You know what I mean?
I think let's
we're
just
not gonna let it get to that point. Cameron just told me if catches a whiff that you guys are gonna put me to fire, he's gonna give me immunity, and then you have to put him to fire. If it reaches the point where they think that I'm about to pull a fire making thing, they might even just say, okay, we're voting you, and now it's Dylan versus Andy, and Andy spanks me in fire.
And he did that one so badly. If I had won that challenge, I would have won. I know Andy's gonna vote for me. I know Cameron's gonna vote for me. And I don't think there's anything I can do to change their minds. My one card left to play is to beg to Dylan to put me to fire making. I genuinely believe that's not in his best interest. I needed him to believe it's his move. If he gives me the chance, man, that could be everything I need. I need you.
I'm at peace with it. I've made my decision. Putting you to fire puts me back in the driver's seat for the first time since I drove the 422. It'll be exciting and cool for you, but at the end of the day, it is that I decided to put you to fire, that I regained the power that I lost earlier in this game, and that the king has his crown back. We worked together, we branched apart, we came back together, I don't know. I think that it's the most interesting thing.
So I did talk to Dylan. I don't really think he cares whether I go to fire or not. But you want to hear what you got from Tim? So I was gonna say
He's not going to vote for Dylan. He's going to vote for you.
yeah, Dylan might work with him. I think if you did stand up, I think it would be a lot scarier for the guys to go for fire. I think they know I have no skills with fire, so they really want to risk it. But I don't know if they'd be as willing to go against you. If you did do that, I wouldn't turn on you either way, and I think the boys would be less likely to vote you. I think one of them would just go against each other. Guys, there's a good chance this is the end of my line. I mean, who knows? Maybe I could pull off fire. I didn't prepare at all, so I don't know. I will say I'm nervous about the idea of doing fire. I don't want to do it, and I think it could be cool and also could dissuade them from doing it. They knew it was you versus me.
I am starting to think about the jury, and I'm not like, I don't know how that moves. Like, it might be looked at as like, oh, that's like cool, or it might be looked at like, what are you doing, you fool?
I think Dylan just thinks he's safe and doesn't care. It could just go smoothly and we skip it all together. But if Dylan feels safe, he might just do it for the fun of it. And if you do that, then we're putting on you. I'm not giving him fire.
No, it's not.
So don't do that.
They are talking behind me, and Dylan has said he's going to put me to fire, and I believe him. But right now, Dylan is talking to Andy and Cameron and saying, no, I'm voting to no.
Final four, welcome back to Tribal Council. The last Tribal Council that you'll be talking to me before you start talking to a jury of your peers at the final three. Andy, we already know that you're going to be there. Congratulations on your third straight immunity win. Did you find yourself to be a very popular person all of a sudden?
There's 4 votes, right? I can only cast one of them. I think that I only have so much sway.
Tim, what was your first priority after that challenge ended?
I tried to make some pitches. I want to be at the end. And I talked to everyone who left the game and said, is there anything we can do? But right now, I feel like I'm at their mercy. And I just hope the things that I said to people and the relationships I've built are enough.
Cameron, we pretty much know every last wrinkle of this game now, except who you're each going to vote for. Does that give you a clear idea of how you need to move to get to the final three?
Yeah, I mean, I have a clear plan of who I want to vote for, and I'm just hoping that people I've talked to and you know, created the social bonds with, we just keep it pushing. And, you know, that's ideal for me.
Dylan, what's your strategy in order to advance out of this round and into the final three of the game?
You know, I had the conversations I had. I mean, there's only so many conversations you can have. It's like, you talk to somebody who thinks they're going and they say, will you put me to fire? You talk to the people who feel good. You say, hey, we're not going to do anything crazy this time, right? You say, no, of course we're not going to do anything crazy. It's like, so I had the conversations I had. I anticipate that I will be sitting at Final Tribal Council, and I look forward to that.
Tim, Dylan mentioned fire or fire making a couple times in there. Do you think that it's possible that we might see a 2-2 tie and a fire making challenge?
It's possible. I don't know what to make of people telling me things. It could just be an absolute lie. I don't know.
Cameron, do you have a good feel for your standing within this group and who you might need to turn towards in order to help you get to the end of this game?
I always felt I had people that I've built with for a while, and I've built with, you know, just like in the last few rounds in these final stretches of the game, I have made strong connections, and I turn to the people who I trust. But again, you know, people want a fun show. If they could do anything to mix it up, like, who knows how it can go.
Andy, with your spot in the final three set, has your mind started to drift a little bit to what story would I tell to the jury? How do I want to pitch my case to them?
A little bit. I feel like maybe haven't been thinking of that enough. It's always hard to know with the jury. They see something different than what I see. So I hope the jury all knows that they should be voting for who they want, will make them feel good, and walk away from the game feeling the best.
Dylan, do you think it could be possible that you get voted out at this round of the game one step before the final Tribal Council and feel happy and satisfied with how this all went?
Absolutely. I would say that everything past the final 10 when we lost that challenge, everything since that has been crazy. I had high hopes and low expectations for how the rest of the game would play out. That being said, I will be less disappointed if I do go to the end and maybe have a chance to win.
Tim, if this is actually it for you, what's going to be your biggest takeaway from this season?
My biggest takeaway from the season is that you can play this game and have so much fun. You have someone who played an incredibly impressive physical game, great social games, and then you have like an underdog game that I've been able to kind of embody. This game can be played in so many different ways, and I think the beauty of it is that the jury gets to decide. And I just hope that I get the chance to make it there.
And Cameron, what has this experience meant to you?
It's meant a lot. To be honest, I came in here with first-time player, no idea what to expect. I'm very type B. Not a prepper, much of a just throw myself into the mix and see what happens. I think my strengths are adaptability as opposed to coming in with a strict plan. Being sweet, being charming, you know, connecting with people, making them feel safe, making them feel like they want to talk to me or give me information. It's been a lot of shock, honestly, that I've gotten to this point for myself, but it feels good. I've learned that you can really do anything. You know, don't count yourself out.
Well, before we get to the vote, is there anything anyone would like to add? Okay, well with that, it is time to vote, and Tim, you're up first.
Just maybe, the loan shark has not yet become bankrupt.
Read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Tim. Cameron. That's one vote Cameron, one vote Tim. Tim. 2 votes Tim, 1 vote Cameron. Cameron, we have a tie. So at the final 4 of this game, when there is a tie, we do not do a revote. We will move straight into a fire-making tiebreaker. So Tim, Cameron, prepare yourselves.
Just breathe. Just breathe. Yep. It's windy. Just pay attention to that.
Three, 2, 1, begin.